Of it. Hey, everybody, do you believe in second chances when it comes to love? Ben Affleck was asked by Wall Street Journal magazine about his relationship with Jennifer Lopez, the J-Lo, and said he's been lucky to have benefited from second chances. Do any of you want to give second chances to love? Is that a thing?
I love their second chance, and I'm happy for. I'm speaking about this right now as an entertainment reporter and with a history of covering these two originally back in the OG days when they first got together, and they were like legitimately in love. And what happened was there were many reasons why this went wrong, but he almost self-sabotaged that relationship because he was so uncomfortable with how much of a heat score they were. Oh. I mean, it went from, they were together in the video and whatnot to, as you can track the photos and like the misery on his face, he was struggling with all kinds of different levels of fame. And now, almost 20 years later, 17 years later or whatever, right? He's more successful. He's been through a lot. And the attitude from Ben Affleck now is not what we were seeing then. He knows they're a heat score, and it's almost like both of them are not uncomfortable with it anymore. And I wonder if that's the second chance.
I think that part of that is because his star has been waning over the years, like that he's more like, okay,
he gets the game, maybe?
Yeah, maybe he wants that shine back in a way that he didn't really want it before.
It depends on what star waning means, because I get it. Like, maybe the public hasn't seen Ben Affleck in a good movie, but within the industry, everybody still wants to work with Ben Affleck. He's got 5 movies in production, including 2 major ones that he's writing and going to direct. He just worked with George Clooney in a film that's out now. That's why he did this interview. So, Ben Affleck's status in that community is still, you don't get much higher than Ben Affleck.
I just don't get this couple. I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't get it, and I don't think they will last at all. To me, they are like, she's the club, and he's the pub. Like, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
I don't see it working out.
I'm actually with you on that.
For a long time. Yeah, you tell me, because you are the J-Lo lover.
Well, I love J-Lo. I've said from the beginning that I don't co-sign this relationship. I think it's a good time. I don't think it's a long time. Listen, I don't want to dog on Ben Affleck, but I actually disagree. I don't know that he is comfortable yet.
I agree.
I don't see comfort on his face. He still looks disheveled to me. He's not still in his comfort zone. I think he might be grasping a little bit at the spotlight, and J-Lo brings the spotlight and that J-Lo glow wherever she goes.
Maybe she likes that.
Well, maybe she likes,
because A-Rod was the opposite, right? He was the guy with the camera. He was fixing her dress.
He loved it.
He loved it.
Yeah.
Ben's like, I'll see you tonight at dinner. And maybe she likes that. Maybe that's her style.
I don't see good things for them, though. And I think the basics for me is he's still, it seems, battling a lot of demons.
Yeah.
And this is for anybody who's battling any addictions, and I do have empathy for him that way. This is a lot of pressure. Even 20 years on, the pressure feels like it was 20 years ago. The heat on them, right? And you would think that, okay, they're better equipped, they're older, they get the game. I don't know. He's still dealing with a lot of stuff. And I think that J-Lo likes playing caregiver. She's very maternal. I think it's going to get old soon.
We shall wait and see, I guess.
I think when it comes to regular couples, though, the question is, can people have a great relationship for a bit?
Regular people? Yes.
Regular people, and then have it go sideways, break up for a while, get back together again, and it's a success. I mean, I think there are examples of that. I think we know people who've had that happen. For me personally, I don't think so.
Lainey's parents got remarried after a divorce.
Stop it.
That's right.
10 years they were apart, and she remarried somebody else.
Yes.
That's a Hallmark Christmas movie right
so
there.
It is.
It's possible. I just think for the most people, there's a reason why you broke up. And I think you can forget about that with time and distance, but usually it rears its ugly head eventually.
Oh, it rears it. But every 2 weeks it rears its head at my parents' house still.
Does it matter why you broke up?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Because if you cheated, I don't see why we're going to have a second go at this. But some people grow apart. I remember I had someone who I cared about, and we were going our separate ways. I felt like I was outgrowing him.
Yep.
But like 15 years later, would I say, let's try this again? I'm not sure, but I know that there was a connection there. There was, and that it didn't end on bad terms, that I might, revisit it, but my husband might say differently. So no.
I do love the high high school sweethearts who were together and then you go and live a life and then come back. We've seen so many stories. Maybe that's just a rom-com that I'm watching. But I think in principle it can happen if it wasn't a completely disastrous breakup. I think if it was a really hot mess, there's a lot of scar tissue you're gonna have to fight through to get through that. But I think if it was amicable, and I think that, you know, if there's still a lot of trust and friendship there, you know, and life goes around, you know, I've heard so many people who've been divorced and then they go and reconnect with someone from their youth. And I was like, that's a lovely story.
But do you know what prevents people from really like doing that again is the opinions of others, right? So maybe you know within your heart you want to give this person a second chance, but you're worrying what your family's going to say, your best friends are going to say, social media is going to say, and that might waver how you approach it. But if we didn't listen to other people, I think we'd see a lot more people getting back together.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good
You know, there's a lot of examples of celebrities, couples who broke up and got back together. I think Kate Middleton and Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Not Will Smith. Prince William are one example. And so that worked. So I think there are examples, but there's also a ton that didn't work out. So Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green broke up, got back together again, broke up. Gigi Hadid, Zayn Malik, same story. Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick, how many times did they break up?
These are too close. There hasn't been enough time.
Bella Hadid and The Weeknd, they broke up, got back together again, broke up.
On The Weeknd?
Exactly. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth also broke up, got back together, broke up. I do think ultimately when you break up, probably there was a reason.